So you had a sister by the name of Cherish Jones. She was pulled over by the police. Now I want you to watch exactly what happened here in this particular story, but we really need to talk about this because, as Neely Fuller has always told us, when they pull you over, you're a prisoner of war and act accordingly. Let's roll that clip.
I didn't do anything.
37-year-old Cherish Jones says she was afraid when a trooper stopped her at night with her 15-year-old daughter in the back seat.
He said, "You ran that red light." And I said, "It was yellow." And he said, "Are you stupid?"
Jones says the conversation prompted her to start videotaping the encounter.
That's why I started recording, because his words were laced with venom. Why would I need to step out the car?
Because I'm asking you to.
Well, why? I don't feel comfortable.
The officer persists.
I'm not stepping out the car.
Okay, you're going to step out or you're going to go to jail?
Jones gets out.
And I went to get back into the vehicle, and that's when he grabbed me by my neck and pulled me, to the back of the vehicle. And that's when you hear me yelling for help.
The officer doesn't articulate his necessity to have her step out.
Pete Rubino is a retired police officer who helps train officers in police procedure. He believes more could have been done to de-escalate the situation.
There needs to be some further questioning on why the officer is asking her to step out of the vehicle. He should articulate for her safety and his safety so he can talk to her.
Rubino says drivers have a right to ask for backup.
That operator does have the right to say, "I'm in a dark area here. I don't feel comfortable. I've had an issue with a police officer before. Can you send a second unit and a second officer to assist?"
Jones was charged with resisting arrest and taken to jail, something she still doesn't understand.
I'm 4'10". I pose no threat to him.
Family, listen to me. When they pull you over, do not argue with them. If they say you were speeding, if they say you ran a red light or whatever the case may be, don't argue with them. I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying that. Don't argue with them. Don't hold court with them on the side of the road. Just give them your license, give them your registration, and that's it. You don't have to sit there and argue because it's not going to end well with them. They have way too much power to kill. That's how you have to think about that. You have to think that I got to get away from this encounter with this race soldier. So let me act accordingly. Some of y'all want to be, you ain't about to take me to jail and you ain't about to, man, look, leave all that alone. I'm trying to tell you. You can go argue that in court with a lawyer and everything else you want to go argue. But the fact is, you have to survive those police encounters. There's no arguing with them. Okay, he say you ran a red light, forget it. You arguing not going to change the fact. It's just a ticket. Take your ticket and fight it. Do your defensive driving or just fight it in court. And that's it. If they actually get out of the car, legally they can do that. You have to get out of the car. You say, what I'm getting out of the car for? They can ask you to get out. The key is minimizing your contact and minimizing your speech with these race soldiers. Because the 9 times out of 10, I've been doing these videos for years. And usually they have to escalate something in order to start something with you. But every time I've seen someone that kind of try to say, you know what, I understand the situation I'm in. I'm not trying to escalate nothing with these race soldiers out here. They usually will survive that. That's how you guys have to think. We live in the United States of America. She says, well, I'm not a threat. Yes, you are, sister. You are a threat. Your threat is your color. That's the threat. It doesn't matter you're 4'10" and a woman. You're black. You understand? You're dealing with a race soldier. He asked you to step out of that car. You thought you were going to get back in that car? That's why he grabbed you by your neck and throwed you and everything else that he was doing. Don't put yourself in danger like that. Because if he would have shot you, all he would say was she was going to her car. I thought she was getting a gun. And then now this sister wouldn't be here anymore and getting killed right in front of her 15-year-old. We have to move accordingly. In this country, we're dealing with the race soldiers. I would not be your brother if I didn't tell you this kind of video can't keep happening. And for you to say, oh, you blaming her? I'm trying to say to keep us alive with these police encounters. Now, you can eliminate the race soldier problem if we get an Africa plan and you go to an African nation, then you don't have to deal with the race soldiers no more. But as long as you're in this country, you're going to deal with the race soldiers. So I'm trying to tell you how to survive that. Some of you will say, well, I seen videos of white people arguing with them and white people doing this and white people doing that. Okay, I've seen those videos too. But you're not white, are you? You're black. So with that being said, stop comparing yourself to them. Black folks do that way too much. Always comparing yourself to white people and what white people got going on. We ain't them. We black people. We live a total different life in America than they do. They don't deal with race soldiers because the cops is 9 times out of 10 they're a color. They're not going to deal with that problem. We want to deal with it. So we have to act accordingly. Listen to Neely Fuller when he talks about the police stops. I think that's a good person to listen to. Remember, as he stated, you are a prisoner of war. Act like it. Anytime that a soldier becomes in a prisoner of war, they don't argue with the opposing army. They're not fighting with them. They're trying to do what they can do to survive being a prisoner of war. And that's how you have to think when you are engaging the race soldiers, period. Well, leave me a comment, let me know what you think about this particular story with our sister. I'm happy that she's alive, but maybe she wouldn't have survived. It'd have been another type of cop, because this cop was clearly trying to escalate something with her on the side of that road. Remember, keep your conversation to a minimum with these race soldiers and survive those encounters. Argue your tickets or whatever else you got to argue in court.